So besties, if women knew the way men think, women are going to move absolutely differently. This video exposes the way men view relationships, marriage, sex, and especially the way men view women. There are some very interesting things to say, and I'm going to roll the clip. Let us watch. But don't forget to drop your thoughts on the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my second YouTube channel, check on the link in the description box, and please subscribe. Thank you very much. So guys, let us get into it.
The number one reason why I do the types of videos that I do is because I believe at my core that if women truly knew how most men really think and how they feel about women, women would not do stupid things, idiotic, dumb things like give up their careers for these men, give up their jobs, and to be a stay-at-home wife, mother, and girlfriend without having their own money. That's the key part. You can give all that up, but as long as you still got your own money, you're good, right? If you're going to do that. But you wouldn't do things like give up your friends and your hobbies, because there's a lot of women out there, first thing they do is give up their friends and go ghost once they get a man or once they get married and whatever, right? You wouldn't give up the things that make you happy. You wouldn't be moving across town. You wouldn't be making all of these sacrifices. Across the country, making all of these sacrifices, giving things up, changing your religion, changing your core beliefs, throwing your wigs away, even though you love wigs, but the man is like, I don't like wigs, or throwing your makeup collection away because the man is like, I don't like women who wear makeup, even though you're a makeup artist or makeup is your life, right? You wouldn't do these dumbass things if you knew that most men can't love you. They can't possibly love you, especially not in the way that women love men. Men will beat you down trying to convince you men actually love hard. We love stronger and harder than women, blah, 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 blah. But their strong and hard is never like in the way that women need it. Like, you love me so much harder, but you can't keep your dick in your pants. You love me so much harder, but you can't stop lying to me and being gaslighty and all that stuff, right? If y'all knew how men thought, you wouldn't be a fool for them. And you damn sure wouldn't love them more than they love you. I am going to put in a clip from the late, great Patrice O'Neal. If you know, you know. This is going to be the best analogy that you will ever probably see in your life. If you come across a better one, link it below or put it in the comment section so I'll check it out. In my opinion, you're never going to come across any analogy better than this one that thoroughly explains to any woman. You should be able to understand this point of view and why most men kind of see women as a burden. They really don't want to be stuck with one woman forever. They really are annoyed by the sound of your voice or, whatever it is, right? Most men don't marry for love. They marry for convenience. And because of that, they get easily irritated. You're dragging them to the pumpkin patch. You're dragging them to kids' soccer games that they don't want to go to. Every time y'all have an event, a family event, he always acts like he doesn't want to be there because he doesn't. He's doing what society told him to do in order to be seen as a man. Or he needs a wife appliance or a wife slave. Shout out to Bourbon Bougie, right? I'm going to put this clip and then I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary. Now, the biggest key to this for women is to take your emotions out of it. This is very, very important. You must take your emotions out of it. Don't get offended. Don't have thin skin. Put your big girl panties on. This is going to trigger a lot of y'all, okay? But it's necessary that you listen to this with open-minded ears, if you will.
I'm trying to make it so women just understand a little bit of just to sympathize. It's like we're like sport fishermen. This is what I'm saying. Men like to fish. And sport fishing is different from catching fish for food. You just get it, you catch it, and you show your friends. Because you want them to know that you can catch fish. You take a couple of pictures so you can show people the fish that you have the ability to catch. And then you release it back into the water. But a lot of women in here, you have boyfriends or husbands, you a fish that jump back on the boat and just was flapping, looking at me like, hi, I was wondering if you're going to be fishing here again next week. Yeah, for other fish. Get off my boat. Is that how you treat all the fish? You'd be like, oh, God damn. Nope, I'm sorry, sweetie. You're the last fish I ever wanted to be with. Now you stuck. Stuck with the last fish who was loving you and fighting hard to be on your boat. Then she got comfortable, and now instead of doing this, she's like, so we've been together for like a year now. Why do you still have a boat? You'd be like, so what's she trying to say? I can't catch fish no more? Why do you need to catch a fish? Because if I lose my ability to catch fish, then you're not gonna find me sexy no more. So you gotta smell fish on me so that you know I can catch fish so you can act right.
Now, I remember the very first time I seen that was years ago. I did a video about Corey Holcomb on TikTok yesterday, and some guys, I got a lot of like positive feedback from the guys, which I did not expect, because men, they typically hate me. So I was just like, what? Right? And they kept bringing up Patrice O'Neal in my comment section. And I was like, yeah, I remember him. He was one of my favorite comedians along with Corey Holcomb back in the day. And the thing that I liked about both of them was their comedy style, which was being an asshole comedian that just didn't care and told it how it was. And I watched that clip again. I went back and started watching more Patrice O'Neal clips again. You know how you kind of go back through the cycle of watching your favorite type of videos. And I'm sitting there in tears crying, y'all. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I was like in tears watching his clips. And I came across that one. And I'm like, I got to share this with my women audience. Now, I think a lot of women know, a lot of us know who Patrice O'Neal is. For those of you who don't know who he is, a lot of y'all know that a lot of men have disdain for women. But I really wanted to share it because I'm like, that is the best analogy that you're ever going to get as far as understanding, for those of you who don't understand how men really feel. Even if you think you got a unicorn man, that man typically is playing the game. I have a guy that I am very fond of, but I still know he's a man. I'm never going to lose sight of that, right? So I just wanted to put that in there. I'm going to do an extended version of this video for my YouTube channel. Right now I'm going to put this on TikTok, and then I'm going to stop it here. But just go back and watch that clip again if you need to, and really acclimate your minds to the fact that this is how most men feel. And so y'all can move about the cabin how you need with this information. Okay? I'll catch y'all in the next video. Leave your comments below.
The reality is, men don't see sex as women do. There are biological reasons for this, but I'm just going to speak on my own experience, okay? Recently, I had a discussion with a female friend of mine, and she confirmed my opinion. And she told me that she recently discovered that just because a man is sleeping with you does not mean he likes you. And she's 100% correct. In fact, she's 1,000% correct. Men are not as emotionally invested when it comes to sex. Okay? So stop using a man sleeping with you as a man liking you or loving you. No. Sex is not a big deal for most men. Okay? Men can have sex with women they hate. Men can have sex with women he's not even attracted to, by the way. Okay? Men can have sex with girls that he doesn't even want to be seen in public with, because he's not as emotionally invested in the act. So that's not how men show love. Men don't show love by sleeping with you. That's not it. That's very, very wrong. And I hope somebody listening to me will pick that up. Okay? How do men see sex? Men see sex as just an act. Okay? In general. It's not a big deal per se. Now, are there exceptions? Absolutely. Personally, I have to like the girl for me to sleep with her. I don't believe in just sleeping with random people. I do believe I have to like you. I'm not saying I have to take it to the altar, I have to love you, but I have to really like to be in your company. I have to like your presence to the point that I want to sleep with you. Okay? Maybe I'm an exception, maybe I'm not, I don't know, but I like to like you before I sleep with you. A lot of guys are not that same way. A guy can walk out today in the dark, see a girl that he likes, she agrees, he sleeps with her and he moves on with his life. Okay? So, don't confuse a man sleeping with you for a man liking you. That's not how men work.
It just goes to expose the extent to which men will do anything to satisfy their sexual desires and sexual urges. Men will basically sleep with anything. A man will sleep with a woman he doesn't love just because he's getting sex out of it. A man would sleep with... Men do horrible things. I can't even name the list. I can't even name the list of things men would do in order to satisfy themselves and because of their own sexual needs and sexual desires. But this is to tell you guys that don't be flattered when a guy says things like he likes you, he wants to be with you, because the truth is they're going to say any kind of lie to get what they want from you. They're going to use all types of manipulation tactics to get you, to get in between your legs. That's the truth.
What I would love for women to understand about men is that for them, the game is the game. A lot of men who are in their prime, and side note, being in their prime for men is about having money and having access, not about age necessarily. But a lot of men who are in their prime, their entertainment, their fun, their sports in life is women. So they're just trying to sample as many different types of women as they can. And they are trying to do this, spending as little time, energy, effort, and money with each woman as they can. So what men will do is they will give each other heads up. So I always talk about a CRB check, which is basically where a guy checks your background. A CRB check is not always to check your virtue. A CRB check can often just be to check your temperature. So a lot of women will not notice this, but men, when they see them out and maybe they pass them by, or if you're looking at a guy showing interest, he will check with the men around him. And side note, he won't even have to check. If that guy friends can see that you're interested in him or he's interested in you, they will volunteer any information they have about you. So a man can turn around to his girl and say, oh yeah, you can chop that. And they will let that man know the caveats. So they will be like, oh yeah, you can chop that, but she likes money, so you got to take her out a couple of times. Or they will let him know like, oh yeah, my friend chopped that. Like he had to do blah, 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 but yeah, he chopped. And basically the bottom line of the information they will give is whether that guy can smash you. Basically whether he should waste his time trying to smash you. So guys will also say things like, if you're a woman that doesn't give it up easily, oh, she's long, don't waste your time basically. And just a side note for those of us who have male friends, your male friends will say these things about you as well to their male friends. Because there is male and female friendships, but there is also the rules that govern male on male friendships. And for men, the withholding of information about other women kind of makes you just look simpish. For a man, men can think, like, do you love her? Like, why are you withholding this information? Like, if you want her, just marry her. Like, why? Like, they don't respect other men who don't give information forthcomingly about women. And then their mind will start to go to places like, oh, is it that you wanted to sleep with her, but you couldn't? And now you're like, why are you withholding the information? Is she your sister? Like, men just don't respect it. And I know for women, it's very hard for us to understand but that's how men think and operate. And they really do not see it as disrespectful to share this information about the females around them. Because every guy who's in his prime is going to want to be in his prime with other males. And you always want to be respected by other males. I'm sure a lot of us know men love each other. Like, they love their boys. The respect of the mandem is the most crucial thing to them. The fact is, nobody wants to look like a simp. All men want to look like a striker. Football terminology again. Basically, a striker, someone who scores. Great. Good one, men. And men who score do not gatekeep. We are the things that are being gatekept. Women. You don't gatekeep information about women. If you know someone she slept with, you say it. If you know someone that dated her, you say it. If you know how you can smash her easily, you say it. Like, certain men will say, yeah, like, you know, this one, yeah, she'll smash, but she wants to be flued out. Like,
Side note, shout out to you lot that are making men fly you out to get slept with. I'm sorry, the city girl in me. But girls, we respect ourselves and our body. No, but for real. But shout out you lot. So just to say, do not take men's disrespect too hard. Men are just a different breed of animal. And I think I've said it in another video, but I'll say it again. Like, we see lions eat gazelles, all kind of animals all the time. And we don't think, what's wrong with the lion? The lion's sick, because you understand the nature of a lion. And you will do so much better in this dating game if you just understand the nature of a man and don't take it personally. What you can do to protect yourself is to keep your legs closed. I don't care if they've been open before, because another thing that men want to do is put you in between a rock and a hard place. So a man will say, you know, he doesn't want a girl that's been around, but oh, if you've slept with other people for me and you try and close your legs for me, then no. Sis, you can change anytime you like. Like, if you want to decide, you know what, I want to change, I don't want to sleep around, I just want to respect myself and respect my body. Not saying you weren't before, but this is the tangent I'm on. Do that at any time. But what will help you with that is if you do it for a prolonged period of time. You have to kind of, because people can't talk down on you for what's happened years ago. So if you're able to keep yourself in the way you want to be for a prolonged period of time, people now have to show up and talk to this version of you. But yeah, back to my original point. The best way to deal with men is to be the type of woman that when they do their CRB check, the answer is, it's long. Like, it needs to be long. Like, they just need to know, don't bother. Like, the information shouldn't even reach your ears, because a lot of times as women, you know, women are getting DMs, snap messages. Where did those people get your information from? The other men? So if a guy reaches out to you with your number, your information, and you did not give it to him, understand that a CRB has been done, and baby. Anyway, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule for best results. Assume it's not you.
This video also exposes the rate at which men have objectified women. In as much as we don't want to admit it, men have objectified women so much that, just like Priscilla the Queenmaker would say, every man is coming to use you, they are not coming to love you. You just have to figure out what he's coming to use you for. There are a lot of women who have this mentality, and I cannot blame them for having this mentality, because basically we women, we have seen the rate at which men have chosen to be inconsiderate of women's feelings. Men have chosen to be selfish, to be self-centered, to do the things that please them. They put themselves first. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care if they are hurting you. A lot of women have noticed this pattern with men, and it is high time we start accepting the truth. Every game when it comes to relationships, love and marriage, we learn this from men. Because men started playing women, abusing women, using women, women have also decided to mirror their behavior. Women have decided to also cheat. Women have decided to lie, to manipulate, to use men, because in this game, it's kill or be killed, eat or be eaten. That's how it is. The way relationships are now. Many of us women who have started seeing relationships, love, marriage and men for what it truly is and for who men truly are. Make peace with the fact that a lot of men view relationships, love, marriage, sex and even women as a game to be played with, as a tool to be used. Like, they don't really value these things anymore. And this video basically goes so deep in exposing the extent to which men really think and feel about relationships, marriage, women and sex. Like, they don't really give a damn. They do things that are going to make them happy. They put themselves first. They are basically selfish, and to say the least. And to be completely honest with you guys, there are some of these qualities that I love about men. Like in my last video, I said there are so many things that we need to learn from men. We need to start putting ourselves first, because guess what? Men will put themselves first. We need to start being selfish. We need to start realizing that a lot of these guys view all of these things that we value so much as a game, and they are going to use it to play us, because we are weak when it concerns things like love, marriage, all of these things. Women are willing to go the extra mile to keep a relationship, to keep a marriage. On the other hand, guys don't really care, because they have created a society with laws, rules, standards that favor them. They are biologically favored by nature. A man can settle down at any time. We women, on the other hand, we have a biological clock, and the highest tool that men use to manipulate and play women is what we call love. They are going to use a romantic relationship to get what they want from you, and most of them don't actually see it the way we see it. They'll view it more like a game. They'll see it more like a tool to be used to get women. They don't really see women like human beings. They don't really view women like they're equal. They see you as an object, a tool, something to be used in order to satisfy them in the long run, a tool to help them in marriage. You cook for them, you clean for them, you sleep with them. They just view it as your duty. They are entitled to these things. They feel entitled to these things. They feel entitled to your body. They feel entitled to doing the things that makes them happy, without caring how it's going to hurt you at the end of the day. That's why you do everything for a guy, and he'll still go out there in the street and cheat on you with a girl who isn't doing half the shit you do for him. They are never satisfied. They are never ever satisfied. But once you do it, once you go out there in the street, once you have options, once you're a cheat, a liar, they label you all kinds of names. They slut shame you, they drag you. They will do all of these things to drag you down, to bring you down. But guess what? They are the very same cowards and hypocrites who are going to do these things and play victim. And do you know how they are going to play victim? They are going to say, oh, it's a man's nature to cheat. Men are polygamous. Men are polygamous in nature. Men are weak when it comes to sex. This is not a man's problem. This is a human being's problem. Women are weak too when it comes to sex. Women can also be polygamous in nature. Women also crave other things. Women also crave other men, including married women. You have your husband at home, you have a boyfriend, but there's still another guy out there that you're interested in. There's still another cute, handsome, tall, dark chocolate young man who wants you and you want him, but because you're in a relationship, you decide to stay faithful to your partner. You decide to stay faithful to your husband because you're married. Guess what? It is not a man's problem. It is a human being problem. Women are more disciplined. They try to control themselves. They try to do things that will not deliberately hurt their men. But men, on the other hand, they put themselves first. They do what makes them happy, and they don't really care. So why should you? I hope you guys learned so much from this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Drop your thoughts on the comment section. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the second YouTube channel. And I'm definitely going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.